Good afternoon, Speed Gaming 2. We've got an exciting match here in the Dash Mystery Tournament. We have farfelu versus D Web. I'm joined on comms by Idle. Idle, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Glad to have you here with me. Glad to have Jestro on tracking for us. This should be a good one. More of the same settings, which means we don't know what the settings are.
Yeah, so the point of the mystery tournament for those who are just turning in is there are several different things that can be randomized between the whether it's going to be an area rando, the item split can be full countdown, major, minor, or chozo. And then we have a few other settings such as boss rando, minor distribution, and heat reduction that can be randomized as well. We'll go through all of those as it starts, but the runners don't know what these settings are until they hit start, and then they slowly figure it out as the game gets played.
Yep, there are a couple settings we may find out right off the bat, or at least rule out a couple right away, just depending on what's on the HUD.
Yeah, so if it is full countdown, we're going to see something on the HUD straight away. And it looks like that's full countdown is ruled out because there's nothing on the HUD. So we're looking at either a major, minor, or a chozo. So depending on if morph falls at the pedestal, that's going to be our next clue. It also looks like with that 20 beam damage that you can see in the HUD, we're looking at either a starter or starter plus charge.
Which I believe has no difference right now. It's just when they find a charge upgrade, that's when we'll find out which one.
Yeah, there'll either be one or two charged upgrades, and the only way to know is to find every item and see if you find one or two charge upgrades. Or actually, sorry, if you pick up one charge upgrade, then you'll see the increase in the damage. So you'll be able to know, yeah, which mode it's on. Okay, so let's see what this... Yeah?
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, looking here, this could now still either be a major, minor, or a chozo. In chozo, the morph ball always has to be at pedestal, but in major, minor, it could also be in the ceiling.
Yep. So runners, and we also have no idea whether this is vanilla or area, and I don't think there's any way to know until you actually check one of the portals. Is that right?
That is also correct. Oh, wow. Well, that's... Okay, straight off to an interesting start. So one of the other things that can be randomized is the addition of two extra items that are Dash exclusive. One of them is the Heat Shield, which acts as like a miniature Varia. It provides heat protection in Upper Norfair and 50% damage reduction in Lower Norfair. That is not a major item. So it's
so the
just
interesting thing about
pool.
that is, I think it can be a major item in major minor, but since we find screw attack at the Chozo statue, that's our real clue that this is a Chozo, I think.
Yeah, that is the clue that this is a Chozo, but for a minute I imagine farfelu is thinking, okay, it's major minor, then picks up the screw attack. Yep. And is thinking, oh. And we won't know whether it's area rando either. We didn't end up getting any power bombs, so we're going to have to orphan this meme route check as well. So I imagine both runners are going to go up here. They're going to, unless we getting power bombs, which we're not, we're going to go ahead and have to go to Bomb Teresa, hope for some sort of explosive, and then we can go check 230, and then from there we'll either go left or right for the ship, and we'll be able to determine whether this is area rando or not.
It's a good play to get these missiles. Technically, anything that you're supposed to be able to beat the sea with just the Chozo statues. If you want, that's not how you should play the randomizer, but it is a good thing to keep in mind for logic. So I think logically, all the runners have access to. They don't even have heat shield logically, I don't think. So they just have screw attack.
Yeah, if you did play the seed logically, that is pretty much a guarantee to come in last place. So it's good to understand what is logically required for, like, what, you know, could potentially be a risk, but trying to follow it strictly is almost a recipe for disaster. We can see both the runners doing pretty good. Farfalu's got a little bit of a movement advantage here, but D-Web definitely no slouch, and has definitely been one of the rising players in like the Super Metroid scene lately. Always been known for his comms, but it's like taken to running. I'm not sure exactly when he started, but he's been running these seeds pretty heavily and doing a great job. Okay, so in about 4 seconds, we're gonna know, is this area rando, or is this just gonna be a vanilla map? Oh, vanilla map.
Oh, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right, I think I was disconnected for more than just a minute. I was planning to step away for a minute there. I was going to say with the Chozo logic, and both runners did skip that gauntlet check. I think that's a good play because since with just screw attack, that was one of the only things that was logically available, and so it's probably just a missile pack or a super pack up at that Chozo.
Yeah, I feel like in Shozo, Gauntlet just becomes a little bit less valuable, especially knowing what's up there.
Yeah.
But, you know, could be. Farfelu is going to show us some forbidden tech to go ahead and without an explosive, figure out what that item is. And that E-Tank is pretty nice, but I think the ultimate outcome of that is D-Web going to do this too?
I would not continue doing it.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like, if you get it in 1 or 2 tries, it's impressive,
Oh
don't
my
get me
goodness.
wrong. Yeah. We got a lot of E, but we got no explosive, and that's the thing we're really looking for right now.
Yeah, that would have been huge if it was power bombs. But honestly, even an E-Tank's pretty big in Chozo because those can be hard to find. We don't have, since it's not full countdown, we don't have any indicators on where the energy tanks are. And since it's not major minor, they aren't just showing up everywhere. So four E-Tanks to start out is a very healthy for a Chozo.
I mean, 4 E-Tanks plus a heat shield. Like,
Yeah.
this is with a vanilla map, you know, we're always thinking about, are you going to go up or down once you hit that red Bryn? And I think this is a definite, well, I think you go up first to go ahead and peek that, like, item. There we go, there's our first explosive. But yeah, after you go ahead and you peek that Chozo item, you really just want to head straight down, I'd imagine.
And those power bombs also out of logic. And I think this. Well, okay, we should assume the missiles or supers were at Gauntlet, but I guess the power bombs could have been. But something to keep in mind is where's the logic taking us?
Oh, go back. Yeah, okay. No, D-Web, go back up. Yeah, okay. I think that was just a minor fumble.
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Varia this early is a definite nicety. Although that's really only going to make much of a difference once we get to like lower Norfair, but still a great thing to have early on and just knowing where it is and having that out of the way.
Yep, that heat shield's just a complete diversion.
Yeah, good calm point for about 1 minute, and then, yeah, completely washed after that. Okay, there's the logical power. Well, that can't be the logical power bomb, though, can it? Because that's behind a bomb block. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that can't... I mean, once Idol comes back, he can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that can't be the logical placement for that. Yeah, Jestro pointing out in chat, bombs accessible somewhere, maybe potentially a gauntlet. That's probably what it has to be. I wonder if either of these runners are going to go for an early X-ray as well. With Varia, this isn't really too much of a worry in terms of damage. And they have a spring ball backup in case like it doesn't go all the way or they miss that like last D boost. But at the same time, it's a pretty lengthy check, especially given that you already have Varia. And it's probably better to just go ahead and clear out Upper Norfair at this point. Let's see what we have here at the Alpha Power Bombs location. Okay, a grapple beam.
Nice find. Some trouble with my mic all of a sudden. Sorry, I keep cutting it. I hope I'm not cutting in and out as I'm talking.
A little
that's
bit.
a good find to find that grapple beam.
Yeah.
And I like that. I like going up here, getting this item first, and then potentially taking a save before doing that X-ray check too. See what the runners choose to do. X-ray is a bit slow because you have to turn off that screw attack most likely. Or no, they just got grapple. Never mind, it's free.
Yeah, it's free now. Yeah, but I think even like given the amount of E-tanks and the skill of both of these runners, I think both of them can probably do it. And the big danger is then you don't really have bombs or ice if you're stuck missing that last D boost. But if you got spring ball, I'm pretty sure both of these players can spring ball jump like pretty much on demand, so not really an issue. But yeah, now that you've got grapple, this check is just completely free.
Yeah, you can't skip this now. Not with the being Chozo. Sure, it could just be a missile pack here. It could also be gravity.
Gravity. Oh, speed is huge though.
Well, I guess you don't need to worry about bombs either. I was gonna say, like, having some idea where bombs might be could become important if we needed to do a crystal flash clip to get into Quadroon, but
that's also going to depend on what we. Yeah, that's also going to depend on what we see for the boss mode as well. Because if we can sense that it's like shuffled and we can go ahead and take out Dragon early, then we don't need to worry about like ice or speed.
Yeah,
well, I mean, I guess we do have speed, but then we have to worry
shuffle. And not only would it have to be shuffled, but you need Dragon to be somewhere you can get to him. Sometimes you see the shuffled, the Dragon's at home anyway.
Yeah. True that. This is looking, I mean, given like all that they've gotten so far, this does look like it's got some potential to be a pretty quick seed.
Yeah, and I imagine both runners are going to continue going down. I mean, you could potentially go to Wreck Ship as a gamble, but first off, you probably would have done that without going to X-Ray, and secondly, Chozo, you generally want to play down to up.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. I also feel like, I mean, maybe you could make the argument D-Web does it if he feels like he's the underdog in this, but at the same time, I feel like that argument, it gets tossed around a lot, and it's really what you want to hope is like you just play to the best of your ability, and you think it's gonna like work out, making it like wild gambles. Just usually, coincidentally, ends up being wild.
Yeah, I think there are scenarios where Wreck Ship can make sense here, but not this seed.
Not with not with Varia, heat shield early, that many E-tanks, speed booster. Like you can clear out like Upper Norfair pretty quickly and get like a good indication of like what your loadout would be if you were gonna like continue going down.
Farfelu choosing to go down first probably doesn't want to run into Ridley. If the runners may know how to do that grapple escape, and so they could be Dragon. Ridley would be just a ridiculously slow fight with only 10 supers, but at the same time, this could end up being great. This could be, this could end up being. We'll see what you chooses to do. Yep, going to go check the boss. I don't mind this play at all. Get some information. You find out if it is shuffled, maybe.
Yeah, I know D-Web's practiced the grapple escape as well, so even though it would like take quite a while, could do the grapple kill. It is like a little bit long, and maybe he's hoping it's like he'll just like come up on some more information. At the same time, I think Farfelu is sort of hoping we can grab something else around here. Yeah, that just makes it better, just a little bit more comfortable for Dragon.
Right.
Or, to be honest, even Ridley, because like I mean, there's something to help with Ridley, but like we're looking at, reduced pea shooter damage.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know. It's like 500 shot Ridley or something. It'd be ridiculous. I don't know what
I
it is.
don't know. I think it
More
would
than
be
you want
math
to.
+1 shots, and I'm not calculating that. That's not within my pay grade.
But I think there's the bombs. Wow, the logic wanted you to come down here. This is exactly why you do not follow the logic strictly.
Yeah, that's wild. We were talking earlier. I mean, it being accessible potentially maybe at
Gauntlet.
at Gauntlet, but yeah, wow, that's
Fantoon. I was gonna say there's like a 40% chance this is just Kraid. Like the vanilla bosses, I think have pretty high chances amongst all the settings.
yeah.
But Kraid or Fantoon, this is also boss, and it's Fantoon at Kraid's lair. So this is either surprise or shifted.
Yeah, and you can tell that by seeing in the HUD what exact area you're in, and shuffled, because that boss unlocks the area that they're normally in. You would see that shift for Fantoon to wreck ship, but because it's Kraid, we know that this is then shifted or surprise, as you're saying.
This is a big opportunity for D-Web being around here because he's going to unlock the Kraid closet item. Oh no, but that's
yeah,
not
it's
Chozo.
Chozo, so that doesn't really mean too much. So there's no boss reward.
Dang it! I was thinking that would be a good major item to get, but there's no major there.
Yeah.
Shoot. So this isn't going to actually help you have that much. Because that would be like if this. He was probably really hoping for Kraid.
Yeah. I mean, anything with a boss reward really would be great, but ideally, yeah, Kraid would be like the ideal there. Okay, nice finishing off. Wow, gravity up there in Upper Norfolk. I mean, to be honest, I think this divergence doesn't really create any sort of particular advantage. They're both going to have to do this. That gravity, that loadout doesn't make any difference. Farfelu is just going to have to do the exact same thing. I don't think it's going to, like, any of these picking them up in this order is going to make much of a difference. It's just one generic thing they have to do.
Yeah.
They're just done in a different order.
Yep. And unfortunately, like it doesn't. Yeah, knowing Kraid or Fantoons here doesn't really help with. I mean, Ridley could still very easily be in Lower Norfair.
And in Wreck Ship, and at East Meridia. I will say, based off of the ammo that we're seeing, this is most likely like the minor item distribution is going to be like a 3-2-1. We're seeing it's like enough supers that I don't think we're at that sort of 2-1-1 where you'd see it's usually something more restricted.
20 supers is looking a lot healthier here for this Lower Norfair play.
Yeah, I do like this from Farfelu. This is like when you're running any sort of a vanilla map, you really want to do this. It's like all the way down to up, and this is looking like it's going to be super good routing. I mean, gravity, space jumps, speed, screw.
Yeah, I forgot about that space jump. This is really free to get in and out of places.
Yeah. This is just going to come down to execution unless there's some like serious surprises or pathing that goes one way or the other. But I'd imagine, it's like neither of them have made any sort of outlandish guesses or risky bets or anything. This is just find the items, make the most common sense place of where to go after that, and then just execute on it.
Yeah. I think the thing that could change this at this point would be if one of them finds plasma and the other one doesn't or something.
Yeah, I mean, or if someone's betting on picking up more miners instead of going for a beam, for example.
Yeah, because this is still it's a reasonable Ridley fight now. One more super pack and we're there, but it's still a very long ring fight, even if you can do the speed zeb skip.
I was gonna say the other thing is, aside from the speed zeb skip, I mean, I'm pretty sure both of them know how to do it, but finding ice also helps for that as well.
Yep.
I mean, not just in terms of
and the Metroid.
Zeb skip, yeah, but just the damage output's pretty good as well.
Well, it's been a fast seat so far. Only 18 minutes in. I guess Farfelu still hasn't got a boss down yet. He'll be there soon. Of course, if it is Ridley, that helps a lot. That's a huge find.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what we needed. Now we can have a reasonably fast debate. Although each missed super is like 15 short shots, so don't miss.
Yeah, nice speed kill on the Metal Pirates there from farfelu.
Yeah, especially without the high jump, that can be kind of messy to do it sometimes.
Okay, just
I
have
was
the
gonna
super
say, you
missile
gotta
come
farm
to
up
you.
the
Yeah, it's like yeah, door dashing the super straight to you. Okay, a nice quick kill from farfelu. While that's happening, D-Web is going up through Upper Norfair. It looks like he's about to go pick up his gravity suit.
That's convenient there.
How much more premium movement items does one person need?
And yeah, we're still looking for majors because this beam is garbage.
This is like the most streamlined. Like I feel like in this mystery tournament, we've seen a lot of a fair amount of troll, a fair amount of what this is wild. Who rolled this? I think I don't know what entity rolled this, but it just said I've got to be somewhere after this. So if we could just keep this one under an hour, that would be ideal. And that's, I mean, at 20 minutes in, at 30 minutes, we'll probably have 2 bosses down for both of them.
Yep.
And a pretty clear path for how to do the other ones. This is, yeah. I think if you're farfelu, this is, slight miss on that speedball there. But I think this is, yeah, just go for the missile or the bomb. This is looking pretty good for farfelu, though. I think, as the higher seed, this is the kind of seed, like, that you want. There's not a lot of real paths for digression. There's no real like wild swings chances. Did we see wave earlier? I don't remember if farfelu made that wave check, but D-Web just went ahead and made it just a missile. Not what you were looking for. Unfortunately, going to cost a little bit of time, but I imagine D-Web's just going to go straight down to lower Norfair.
I'm not sure if we saw that wave check. Maybe farfelu's planning to do it on the way out. I would not skip any reasonable checks if I'm farfelu here, because that's the one thing, that one plasma or ice or something that your opponent finds and you don't, and it costs you like 3 minutes of Mother Brain.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the, it's like doing too many checks, especially if it's like the higher, or not the higher seat necessarily, but just like trying to avoid as many checks as possible to try to win. Obviously, there is like some amount of truth to that, but you really don't want the one check that you're missing to be something that's like going to make the difference in the race, or like actually, assuming that skipping every check is going to save you multiple minutes versus gaining something could actually, create a significant time difference. But yeah, this double missile now is just not going to be it. I agree with checking this on the way out, though. I think this is good.
I like the routing. He knew he had enough supers, or almost enough, for Ridley, and so you can afford to do this later.
Still turning the nose up at it, though.
Well,
I mean, I see it. Like, you've got enough to go ahead and break the tank, take care of. It's like Mother Brain 1. But yeah, I mean, at this point, like, I think that maybe that means farfelu really is just like hoping he gets like another beam item versus like constantly checking. It's like any out of the way minors, if at all possible. Because yeah, every missile is like 100, or technically 500 damage per missile pack, right?
Yeah, but you're assuming you're going to find one beam.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you're not going to want to enter Mother Brain charge shot, I wouldn't think, unless you're at like 60+ supers.
Yeah, I mean, my point is though is that your current beam damage is 20.
Like maybe you just get the missiles. It's not that slow to pick it up.
when you're rolling in double digits, I don't think snubbing a missile is really. I mean, that's not my strategy, but Farfelu is also a an order of magnitude better than me. So we'll
You'd
see what
also think
happens.
you'd be face planning checking these items too, because you still need power bombs part of the side. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, well, D-Web actually did pick up an extra power bomb pack. I forget where that was. So D-Web
it might
does
be
have
here.
enough without the refill to go ahead and take care of the Metroids if we don't find ice. Well, never.
Farf, you need
Okay.
that. Why are you not getting the power bombs?
All right. Let's see. Let's see if that refill makes much of a difference. Or assuming ice isn't found, then D-Web
Oh,
gonna be
D-Web getting
really
the good
happy to
news.
see this super for the 25.
I'm confused why Farf skipped that power bomb pack.
Yeah, I mean that to me just. I mean that's not what I would do.
I mean, I've done that before myself. It's not trying to be.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and armchair Samus my way on my third glass of wine and second ice cream sandwich and pretend I'd be doing any better. So,
And
that's
something
fine.
I believe, actually not sure about this. Maybe you know about it. With this being vanilla map, does the you can't just do the first room of Metroids and then go back up and refill your power bombs, right?
No, you don't get a refill unless it's area rando.
So, that missing power bomb pack is a little bit more costly than just redo one room.
Well, yeah, I mean, it really, it's going to depend on the Metroid drops, and it's going to depend on how far or how many you need to get. Yeah, I mean, that could be a little bit of a time sink.
Got the boss action going on here.
Getting the slow pattern over here from Farfelu. And
Ooh,
D-Web just a little shy on that quick
charge.
kill.
The charge force super method. She's just a hair early.
I will say, missing the quick kill on screen is, extremely common, especially with the nerves firing on all cylinders. And it's also the worst feeling ever knowing you miss it, especially when you nail it in practice every time. But it happens to everyone. I've seen all different. I've seen all runners of all skill levels miss it on screen.
Oh yeah, and that was a pretty quick cleanup too.
Yeah. No, I think he handled that He handled that super good.
Farf still skipping those power bombs. Farf,
No.
they're right there. They're right there.
Okay, that's the running tally too. We've got two chances at redemption there. Are we going for a third?
All right, let's see. No.
Okay, come on. Power bomb. Oh.
I think there's no Chozo statues in West Viridia.
Yeah, that's the miner I'm going for right there.
Well, he's already turned down one missile pack, so I don't think he's getting that one.
Yeah, he's just gonna reset. I'm done with this. I'm gonna go back. All right, we'll see what we have. The two speed locked miners. I imagine he's gonna be checking that as well.
I would agree, and those are very quick. That's a very quick check too. And you're gonna need to burn some supers on bot wounds. You kind of want more for potential Ridley fight.
Yeah, I mean that's what I was thinking earlier. It's the ammo management. If this is Ridley, could become depending on what you do for Batoon, could make up a bit of a time difference.
You have now up to 30 supers, so pretty similar ammo for both runners here.
Notable difference in the PB count.
Yes. Farfelu does have a bit of a lead, but we still got Fairmont to play here yet.
Wow, just missing that one round there.
course gets like no supers from Botchan.
Yeah. This is my favorite farm spot in the entire game. It takes forever.
Good idea though.
No, I mean, this is absolutely crucial. If this is Ridley back here, this is something you're definitely going to want.
And you're looking for more miners, looks like.
Yeah.
I don't really blame them. I mean, we're likely to run into a beam, but who knows? Maybe it's just a charge upgrade and the beam is now 40. You know, like, it might not be anything worth writing home about.
Some beam damage, sir. May I have some more? Yeah, this is... I mean, I don't blame either of them for just, like, hunting for miners on this. We're either on shifted or surprise for the bosses.
Yeah, I suppose...
We're going to find out.
I suppose the longer this beam stays buried, though, I mean... You know, these checks that D-Web's doing right now are... This is 3 items in close proximity. If farfelu has to start, like, hunting direct ship or something, that can eat up a little bit more time.
Yeah, I mean, we also have 2 items behind a boss reward, right? Well, I mean, maybe. We'll see what's at Dragon here, and then who knows if that's going to be Ridley. It could be like another Fantoon if it's surprise.
Could still be. Most likely Ridley, but you're right. It could be another Fantoon.
Yeah, I think, you know, being at this stage in the game, right, where you're like looking for, essentially it's like more beam damage or just more damage, whether that's like minors or majors, and then you're left with it's like East Meridia and then wreck ship, not really, you know, the place you want to be for that.
That looked like a little bit of rando brain for farfelu. He took a really high shine spark, almost as if he forgot he actually had good stuff. High jump.
Yeah.
You know?
But mix it up.
Try pretty hard to get the shine spark in without high jump, but does get the quick kill. Let's see. Get bailed out. That Spazer, okay. The bailout, I think, would have been nice.
I mean, listen, I ain't turning down Spazer.
Spazer is not bad. Oh, look at that powerful beam now. We're up to 40.
Double or nothing.
Jeez.
That should be a new random thing. If you skip Spazer, it just reduces your beam damage to 0.
That's exactly the spark the web wanted. I imagine
so we're pretty much separated by just an East Meridia. Pretty close ammo-wise, although again, D-Web does have that extra elusive power bomb pack. So if we don't find ice, that might make up a bit of a difference time-wise. But yeah, we're just left with whatever wreck ship boss there is on this vanilla map, and then it's go time.
Surprised D-Web didn't check those miners first, just because another super would be nice, not at the farm. But he's probably planning to get him on the way out.
Yeah, I imagine D-Web's thinking though, it's like he's gonna check. It's like whatever the boss item is.
Or maybe he's planning on Botchan being a big jerk, and so... Okay, what are those hitboxes? I think all of those missed, even though 3 of them hit his head. Like, what?
Yeah, on stream that looked like that was a go, but you know, Botchan is notorious for having potentially the worst hitbox in, I don't know, all of video games, most of video games.
It very well
Either way, you can just see the troll on display right there.
There's a technical explanation on why hitboxing is so bad. I don't really want to get into it, but it's bad.
Yeah, the end result of the technical deep dive is that it's not very good, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's my main takeaway as well. Without ready. Did farfelu check? Yeah, he checked up here as well for these miners. D-Web's also done Gauntlet, I believe. Correct? And I forget what was it.
No, nobody's done Gauntlet, I don't think. I would, though. I was thinking that it would make a lot of sense, because you do have space and and through, so it's
Yeah.
a pretty fast check.
I mean, especially with no refill, right? You go to the ship, you go ahead, potentially get your refill, then you just, maybe collect 3 more items, hopefully one of them being a beam or a super or something like that, just to give you a little bit of a speed up. I could definitely see that being time neutral. Or it could be 3 power bomb packs and farfelu skips all of them. We'll see.
Oh, now that you mention it, because farfelu doesn't have any power bombs, I mean, maybe he doesn't want to do. I mean, like, screw in space, so you don't have to use as many, but you still need 1 or 2 that you get to use. They could probably get it to refill the ship though, because this is really, we're going to be lasting 30 seconds. We're not pulling out the speed.
Yeah, we're seeing farfelu collect quite a lot of miners though. At least like 1 super pack since we've been talking about that. I think that was like right below ocean. So that's pretty good. D-Web going for this quick kill.
To your earlier point. Yeah, that was
my god, that was robbery. That looked like it was in so good.
D-Web wants another shot. He doesn't even want to wait to be carried up. It's like, we're doing this again. Really, that's just been the theme for D-Web here, robbery. There we go. But there were those earlier missiles you pointed out that farfelu turned up. Wait, what is this? Oh, it is Ridley. Okay. I just got confused by the way the door transitioned. But that was, we were still 40 damage beam. I think if you're farfelu and this is not a beam here, I think you at least attack right ship, right side.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're doing attic or anything more. I think they're just going to check a couple things and then go for it. And then, I mean, what would be the best thing here for farfelu? Ice? Probably?
Ice for sure.
Yeah.
Be the best thing for him. He'd probably rather have plasma, but
yeah.
Wave would be good too, though. Any beam.
Well, the seed giveth in the beginning, and then it just dried up.
I can't believe. Yeah, all these movement items and spacer. I mean,
dude, don't speak ill of spacer.
Well, yeah, but charge spacer is currently less powerful than vanilla charge beam.
Doubled their damage.
I imagine we're going to see D-Web make those aqueduct checks that he's passed on earlier. Oh, the bailout!
Oh man,
D-Web's not making those. Oh, he is now. Okay, he's just coming down here to do
it.
Yeah. I was wondering. Total bailout. Ooh. I wanted to see the Metroids.
Metroid World Tour, but no. There we go. Oh, and Jestro pointing out he's moved up to 60. All right. Damage making moves here.
Okay, yeah, I mean, this is doable at this point. Well, I mean, of course it's doable, but he's got an easy Zeb skip. He's got. I'm trying to do the math here.
I mean, this is like
is equal to
I don't think you're doing Gauntlet in this case, right? You're not going for any more miners. Unless you just faceplane into them.
I feel like he's got over maybe 2/3 of the damage needed for Mother Brain just in missiles and supers. And he's going to spend some of that in Mother Brain 1. That's still half the damage. So this is...
Yeah, I mean, the starter charge doesn't impact, like, Ice Shield, if that's, like, an option that, he could do.
True. Yeah, if he can land a couple of those in the Mother Brain fight.
I mean, that said, I don't even know how to do Ice Shield or how much damage it is. I just know it's more effective than whatever that he's running with right now.
I like the save. This could be... Oh, not going to Gauntlet. I think I would still do Gauntlet in this situation.
I mean, I mean, Gauntlet would definitely be safer and potentially make it a bit faster, but I think, farfelu knows he's, like, the favorite in this seed, and at under 40 minutes, you're going to Turian. This has got to be one of the speediest seeds of this tournament so far.
Yeah, but it's going to be a long Mother Brain fight.
No, you're right.
It's maybe 150 shots that he's going to have left to do, somewhere between 100 and 150, I guess. I'm not doing the math fast enough to know.
Okay, so they're separated, yeah, by basically a Fantoon fight and a couple of checks. I mean, if D-Web picks up Plasma, 150 shots this game. If D-Web picks up Plasma, does that, like, how much better do you think that, does that give D-Web a chance to get back in this?
He's still going to need, I think, Death for
Yeah.
But that's possible because it is such a long fight. I really do like the save that he took. The recognition. Hey, this fight's gonna suck.
Yeah. Yeah, in practicing for a lot of these tournaments, or these mystery tournaments, I've definitely had my fair share of deaths to Mother Brain on, like, low damage. So, it's my first time really going through with some of those, and it can be brutal. You can get thrown off so quick.
I think even if farfelu lands a couple of ice shields, it's a 100-shot fight. And it might be like more like 120 if he doesnn't do ice shields. It's going to be somewhere in that neighborhood. Which he's got 2 E-tanks to work with, 2 extra ones. He was getting trolled a bit, but he's in no serious danger.
Yeah.
This Farf's going to go for a skip here. He does have speed, high jump. Doesn't have wave though. So that can make this kind of annoying without wave.
Looks like you got it.
Yep. Let's get the skip. I'd have only saved like 10 seconds with that, but the skip is a skip. Did enter down a super, I just not noticing that. So he's...
What does that add, like 10 minutes to the Mother Brain fight?
I don't think it had 10 minutes. Going
7 minutes?
For show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't quite look good to me. That doesn't matter, he's got the ice.
You gotta do it from the top with no, no, you do have to do it from the bottom. It looks like it went like 1 pixel off, though.
It does. Yeah, I don't know. That does work. Okay.
Yeah, what do I know?
And the speed step skip wasn't just for show. That would have saved him the time of having to unequip super attack. That's why that was worth it. Whoever is going to find his ice beam. All right, so what are we looking at? More than half the damage available. Oh, he is going for the ice shields. Okay.
He didn't unequip Spazer, did he?
Oh, you're right. Never mind, he's not going for he'd have to unequip it. Which would negate the savings you get from it. So, yeah, okay. I don't know how many shots it is. It's more than 100. And it's less than 150. I'm saying 70 is my math that bad?
I don't know, man. I don't do math. I'm so bad at understanding it's like how many shots like Mother Brain will take and all of that. Okay, so assuming D-Web doesn't go to Gauntlet, he's sitting at like he's got a little bit more ammo, 1 extra super pack than farfelu. But I imagine D-Web's gonna go ahead and check Gauntlet on this.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
But I mean, yeah, I think you're right. It's like this is gonna require a death for this to be like competitive again.
I really like farfelu going to 14. Not even 15, just 14. He doesn't have to count shots too carefully here. He's going to get the cue from Mother Brain whenever the red beam starts. Pump in the keepers, and then you do a few just do a few extra charge shots until Mother Brain's dead. And if you wait to 15 sleepers, you might waste some shots. So I think this is smart.
And D-Web says denied to Gauntlet.
Nobody wants to do Gauntlet. I mean, it probably is just a super bag.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not big. Okay, Mother Brain 2 down just as D-Web is entering into Turian at almost or just shy of 44 minutes.
D-Web is a little more diligent with ammo. I still don't think he has enough to do this fight without being.
D-Web actually in the chat by way of stream delay. Okay, and it looks like Farfelu's in chat as well. We're gonna wait and see how this plays out, and then we'll get both of them in for interviews if they want to.
And D-Web pointing out that we never. Where was the missile? It probably was a super missile.
Wasn't
I think we saw
Monterey a missile?
We saw both Chozo missiles. It must have been a super, which still would have been like you get that super plus potentially one or two more.
Ridley was a vanilla missile, or not a vanilla missile, but like a regular missile pack as well.
Yeah, Ridley and Wave. Those were two regular missiles. It must have been a super.
Yeah, and then Bomb Chorizo I thought was a missile for some reason, but Jestro bringing up the fact that it was actually Spring Ball.
Even if it was
how many movement items were there in the beginning?
That was behind a red door, so it wouldn't have been the logical access.
Yeah. Okay, and Farfelu is now on the escape. D-Web has finished the baby, and we're about like a minute and a half away from the end of this race. I mean, overall, I think this is a really good race. Both runners played like really well. Big divergence, really, I think, just being that Farfelu had a little bit of like a movement advantage and just got really, really bailed out by that ice beam.
Yeah, could have also been bailed out by drops. You never know.
Yeah, true.
And I think he had a significant enough lead that he might have been able to withstand.
D-Web threw the ice Zeb skip on his way to Mother Brain 1. Get your GGs in chat for Farfelu. That is going to do it for this game. That was well played, both runners.
Yeah, that's really fast time for
47-21.
I mean, what was the percentage collected going to be, like 49% or something? I mean,
we'll find out in a few minutes. Yeah. Wow, that was a race. That's definitely putting the dash in there, that's for sure. All right, let's see if we can get both these runners in. I can see them in the setup chat. Come on in when you're ready. And it looks like we're joined by Farfelu and D-Web. GG's, both of you. That was a really good race. How are you both feeling?
Well, 47 minutes, it's pretty good. I mean, both suits were we had everything we needed, even speed. The only thing that would have been better is a better beam or more supers, but This is really subpar, I think, even for a show's distribution. So I feel great about this race.
Yeah, I felt like as soon as I saw the red door going to G4, I had zero chance. So this is about what I expected. There were no supers and no good beams, and I also had 3 bad boss fights, but like that's not making up the insert time difference, which we won't spoil.
I mean, I have to say this has got to be one of the quickest seeds, and I think a lot of that definitely attributable to. I mean, both like the execution that both of you put on for this, but that seed gave you every movement progression and suit item that you could possibly want within like 10 12 minutes. Like we were fully cooking pretty early, and it just due to the way the bosses were set up as well, you could do a fully optimized like all the way down and then to lower Norfair and then come straight back up boss rush.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you want in vanilla map. If you can full clear the lower Norfair powered and never go back there again. Like you said, this is just the optimal way to clear the game. So I was happy to have the equipment to do it.
Yeah, and it does look like Plasma was at the back of Rex ship. I mean,
Dude,
that would have been the only other big ask or a charge upgrade. I mean,
Yeah,
you
and
got
we
Spacer
will
though.
see charge. I saw charge.
Spacer doubling that damage.
Yeah, that was a huge find. Even if the beam damage was not great, with Spacer and Ice, you triple the damage you do. So even instead of something like a 200 charge shot fight, it's now about 70. So it was pretty good. Unfortunately, we didn't have power bomb early game, so we missed that charge at 230 missile.
Well, so I did want to ask. You snubbed a lot of power bombs there towards the end, especially at 10 power bombs without ice. We were wondering what was running through your mind. It's like, does he have ice like guaranteed somewhere? Like, what's going on? Because that could have made quite a significant difference without getting the refill going down to Turian.
That's embarrassing to say, but this is where you get rewarded in Rando by making mistakes. No, I just got to bed late yesterday because of SNF Superstar and completely forgot about the Turian part of the game. And then, yes, I remember, I think after Dragon, now I was looking at almost every miner and none of them were power bombs.
Yeah. There
So,
was a point where you were like skipping missiles. I mean, like I think even in Lower Norfair, and then you missed like 3 power bomb packs as well. And from there, then it went to it's like, oh, and now he's checking all the miners and picking up everything. But yeah, that ice pickup at the end, I mean, that just really clinched it right there.
yeah, that was a huge fun, and I was planning to go to 230 or actually Gauntlet if I didn't get ice there. But the chances were pretty good. We had a beam because we found every major except X-ray, I think. So this is why I decided. Usually, I would not go to the right side supers because it's a long check. But with such a bad beam, I had to check it at least.
Yeah. No, understandable. So D-Web, obviously it didn't quite go in your favor, but you definitely made a lot of strong movement, had like, finished with like a really respectable time for this. How were you feeling throughout like the whole time you were playing? I know you said there was like maybe a few like boss issues, but like I mean there wasn't anything like critical. Like I mean 52 minutes is it's a pretty fast time for this. Were you feeling like behind? Were you feeling like maybe I've got a chance?
Yeah, like I said, I saw the red door at G4 and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna win because like I mean Farfelu is quite a bit better than me like movement wise. So like I have a chance to win maybe if like I can like go somewhere different, but the seed was so straightforward. And like the heat shield was funny and then you immediately find Vari and it's like what I don't know. It was just
Yeah, we were
tried
both
to
like,
go as
oh.
fast as I could.
It was a commentator's dream for being able to explain the nuances of heat shield and how it doesn't show up in how it could have been like, well, is it major minor? But then also, I forget which one of you ended up going to the Chozo item first and then picking up screw attack. So we got that knowledge at the same time. But it was like, oh wow, those are great items to get immediately. But then yeah, that just got superseded by Varia, like, just like 5 minutes later.
Because it's my understanding that heat shield's a major in major minor, and a minor in Chozo. So either way, it could belong in that ceiling location.
Yeah. It was definitely a funny one, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was the one going to the ceiling E-Tank first, and I was a bit scared to find ammunition at the Shozo next, because if there's a super there or missile or power bomb, well, it can also be a Shozo distribution, and those are just your super Shozo. So I didn't like the possibility that I could still have the confusion about that earlier. But then, well, with Screw, then it's set in stone. Okay, it's Chozo distribution.
But you both read the seed correctly. Both didn't waste any time in that wave gate. Went straight to the Spostro supers.
Yeah, shoot out to the bugs not giving supers there.
I did like a couple of farms and then I like went back down to get the super next to charge because I was like, after Force Spawn, I think I'm pretty sure I was at 0 supers and I was like, I do need one to get out of here, but then thankfully there was another one because, yeah, who knows how good those bugs are going to be on any given day.
Yeah, I do think, I mean, the only real divergence that both of you took in pathing was D-Web, you did Kraid first. And
For
then
nothing. I said for nothing because it was Fantoon.
Yeah, that was a bummer.
Yeah, but it's good info to know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas Farfelu went down and did that on the way up. I think Farfelu also might have done maybe just the wave gate check on the way out of like Lower Norfair as well. I think those were like really the only two pathing differences for like the whole seed though.
Interesting.
But you were both neck and neck for quite a bit.
Yeah, probably like the only thing I was thinking about doing differently. So like after Grav and then I went to Wave, I was thinking of not taking the like new route path and going to Norfair Reserve early to try and get ammo. Because you saw I saved in Lower Norfair. I was still a little worried about Ridley before I got my 25th super. But like other than that, it was just like I did like the only thing I felt like you could reasonably do in the seed.
Yeah. It was very timely super pack you both found.
Yes,
there were a couple timely super packs there. Like right there, like PBs of Shame was like a super, I believe, as well. There was like another one. Yeah, I can't remember all of them, but it's like it went up from like 15 to 25 like before the Ridley boss location pretty quickly.
Yeah, my 25th was at PBs of Shame, and it was really it was a big relief to see it there. So I don't need to rely on power bombs or my 20 damage beam to finish the fight efficiently.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like again this seed it really gave you everything to work with, especially at first. But then once it came to damage or beams, like, nah, nothing.
Slim pickings on there.
Yeah.
It's a fun race to watch. It's good. Farfelu kept it interesting with that delayed power bomb attack, but both played well. I learned I can't do mother brain missile math, which is good knowledge for me to remember that 5 missiles does not equal a super. That's good.
Unless it's a door.
Applying that to your mother brain and way off on the shot counts.
Yeah, I think if I didn't miss any of my missiles, I would have been like probably over damaged by like 20 or something. But then I missed 3 missiles, and I was like, well, I'm just gonna shoot a bunch more.
Good strat. All right, well, wrapping up here, is there anything either of you want to close out with?
Well, it was a fun race, full seed. I like those long beam fights, especially the Mother Brain one. Well, thanks for commentary, of course. Thanks for tracking, Jestro. And good luck next round, D1.
Yeah, thank you. I was kind of I don't know. I had mixed feelings because on the one hand, I like playing the good players, and obviously Farf is the 4 seed. but I also think that like with this loss, it's probably going to be very difficult to play anyone else around his seeding. So that's a little unfortunate. I had some hopes. Obviously, if it was area, maybe things could have gone differently. It seems like basically we took the same path. But yeah, this was interesting. It's round one. Hopefully, I can have more favorable seeds going forward. But yeah, thank you both Kupo and Idol as well as Jestro for putting on our restream, and hopefully we will have a fun tournament.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think this is going to be a great tournament. I think there's going to be a lot more interesting matches. This was just week one. We've got 5 more weeks of Swiss before we go into a bracket. You can go to our website, dashrando.net, to find out more about the mystery tournament. There's some links in chat as well. And yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to see where both of you go throughout the rest of this tournament. I think this is like a great match. Thanks for running this. Thanks again, Idol, for doing co-coms, and then thanks, Gestra, for tracking. Anything else you want to close out with, Idol?
No, just that we got some more races coming up later this evening. I think we've even got D-Web on comms later this evening, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that one should be a fun one.
So, plenty of action coming down the road, but I believe that's it for all of us here.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everyone, and we'll see you next mission.